Testing an employee's level of phishing awareness is done through simulated phishing testing. And we recommend that simulated phishing campaigns be performed regularly. Just like the training, the testing needs to be performed regularly. And the campaigns themselves, the simulated phishing campaigns, need to be designed deliberately. And so, again, we recommend, if you're doing testing, the more frequently that you test, the better. If you should at least try to do it quarterly. If you can, you should do it monthly. It's really interesting what we see with companies who regularly perform phishing testing on their own employees. A couple of things happen. The employees get used to the fact that the company is testing them from a phishing perspective, and they don't want to fail the test. And so they become really careful about all other emails they're receiving. They're less concerned about causing a network compromise. They're more concerned about failing a phishing test. And so whatever it takes to change user behavior is fine. Most of the phishing tools will offer canned phishing templates, right? The canned phishing templates, as part of your training program, these can be useful, especially if the canned template is a good replica of a current threat. If it's a version of an attack that happened 5 years ago, maybe not as helpful. One of the things that we like to do in Ingalls is we like to custom create phishing emails. And this can be a valuable process for you guys to consider as well. So when we're crafting simulated phishing emails, we gather publicly available information, and often very telling information, by doing generalized internet searches. We focus in on the company website, we focus in on the company's social media page, and on employee social media pages, including LinkedIn. It is amazing what you can learn about a company by reading employee profiles on LinkedIn. Very often, you can get a pretty good understanding of what technology may be used in that environment based on the skill sets that are being listed under the employee's profile. When it comes to social media, including LinkedIn, we should educate our users to share with care. So from a design perspective as well, there's some strategy that you can consider when you're designing a phishing test. What we like to do is we don't like to start a test on the first day of a working week. In the US, we like to start on Tuesday, mid-morning. We'll let the test run through Friday, and even longer if there's some holidays in that week. If it was a holiday Monday, for example, we'll let it run for longer than that, maybe a full calendar week. This is actually mirroring the attacker's approach. The attackers are doing the same thing. And apparently what they're doing is they're mirroring marketing best practice approach. Marketers apparently like to send out emails Tuesday through Thursday. Push out a number of simulated phishing scenarios per campaign and design it so that each department receives multiple phishing scenarios. So what you're trying to accomplish here is you want to maintain the element of surprise and limit the chance of the test becoming polluted by employees notifying each other. So if they realize that a phishing test is being performed, then all of a sudden word is out. It's like, don't click on the vacation policy email. But if you have maybe 5, 6 campaigns, then you're maintaining the element of surprise and you're getting more accurate results into level of awareness. There should be a follow-up process for employees who interact with phishing emails, providing them with additional education so that they can better understand the threat. It's most effective when the education is provided immediately. So typically these tools will work. I'm an email recipient, I get the phishing test email, I click on the link, I'm immediately pushed into additional training. I can't exit out of it, I must go through it, and that's that perfect opportunity. When someone has just clicked on an email, that's the prime time to educate them. You go back to somebody at the end of the day, all of a sudden they have no idea what you're talking about. Clicking trend activity over time will allow you to determine the effectiveness of your security awareness program, and will help you identify users who are repeat offenders. Repeat offenders, that's a very dangerous area. That's a lot of risk for you guys as an organization. Repeat offenders need to be handled appropriately. They need to be provided with additional support, additional training, additional guidance, so that their behavior starts to change. One suggestion might be, first click warrants additional education, second click involves the supervisor and more education, third click involves the supervisor and human resources, and more education. You know, you got the idea. It's this progressive discipline. It's the idea of progressive discipline. So help them. Help them stay mindful of phishing by keeping information about the phishing epidemic in front of them where they can see it.